Hey, what's going on? It's Sai here. So today I want to talk about something really special. I want to talk about, the Bing SEOs. Because normally when we are talking about SEO, we are talking about Google, right? But guess what? There are a portion of people, they actually use Bing. They never use Google. Not because they love Bing, but because Bing is Microsoft's default browser. So if they buy a new computer and they never change the setting, they will use Bing, right? And Bing SEO is so much different than Google SEO. So that's the reason why I want to shoot a video to share for you something that you can play with Bing. So as you can see right now, my website is ranking on top page on #1 on Bing on this specific keyword. And this website is new. I just registered a domain. And this is impossible on Google. On Google, you cannot rank a new domain because on Google, they have what they call the sandbox period. Right? If your domain is new, it's really hard for it to get ranked. But if you are on Bing, they don't have this one, you can get it ranked really quickly. Right? So that's a feature of Bing. So I have playing around, I test different websites, and I want to share with you some features of Bing and how you can get traffic from Bing. So the basic are all the same, which means no matter if you want to do SEO on Bing or on Google, the relevancy of your content is still really important, which means you still have to create great content and you still have to optimize your H1, H2 meta, things like that, your title, right? This is all basic, but there's a few differences between Google and Bing. The first one is Google hates new domains. So if you try to rank on Google, if you try to do Google SEO, you will notice that if your domain is new, it's really hard to get ranked on Google. So people believe that there's what we call the sandbox period on Google. Google will give all the new domain a sandbox period. So it's really hard to get ranked on Google if your domain is new. But guess what? Bing things doesn't care much. So as you can see, my website was new and I got it ranked like within few weeks. So that's pretty crazy, right? And the second thing is that Bing loves exact match domain. So for example, if you try to rank a keyword like how to lose weight, and if you can get a domain called howtoloseweight.com, you get such great advantage. You will show on top page really quickly, right? So for example, I registered a domain called dentalseo.pro, and that show on top page like within few days, and that is a new domain on Bing. It's never shown on Google top page, but it show on a Bing. And if you try to find all my competitors, they all have exact match domain. They have a keyword like dentalseo.com, dentalseo.net, things like that. So that's give you a sign that if you can have an exact match domain, you have such great advantage, right? So one way you can do is that if you want to target a low competition keyword on Bing, you can just register a domain. Maybe you can get a .net domain, a .org domain, a anything domain. It's actually Bing doesn't seem to care about like your extension. All you need to do is you want to make sure your keyword is in your domain name, right? And this doesn't apply to Google. If you know Google algorithm, Google hates exact match domain because people used to use that to spam on Google. That's the reason why Google hates exact match domain, right? Another one is Bing doesn't seem to care too much about the link quality, which means you can send lots of backlink from maybe blog comment or even from a directory, and you can get your website ranked really quickly. If you do Google SEO, you know Google cares about the quality of the link really much. That's the reason why you cannot get your website ranked on Google by doing blog commenting or by submitting your website to directory, right? So that's the key difference. So if you try to apply Bing SEO, there's something you have to keep in mind. The first one is your audience will be different, which means they are not as sophisticated than people who are using Google. And also your search value will be much lower. And sometimes the keyword will be different. That's the reason why you want to do a specific keyword research on Bing so that you can make the most of like this search engine. So this is for today. I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you soon in the next video.